Hello, and welcome to the Beautiful AI Podcast, brought to you by Perfect Corp, the leading provider of AI and AR solutions in the world of beauty and fashion. This podcast explores the many ways AI innovation is enhancing the lives of consumers and creating a more beautiful world. Join our host, technology thought leader Wayne Liu, as he talks with industry leaders about the AI innovations influencing the world today. If you're interested in learning more about the transformative impact of AI, keep listening.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Beautiful AI Podcast, where we explore how artificial intelligence technology is reshaping the beauty, fashion, and the way people experience brand. I'm your host, Wayne Liu. I'm the president and the chief growth officer of Perfect Corp. Today's episode is a special one. We call this the holiday special. We are unpacking the brand new 2025 holiday trend report created by Perfect Corp and with the partnership of a Spate. And then we are diving into how AI has officially gone mainstream in consumer shopping behavior. And joining me today is the expert behind this report, Addison Cain from Spate. Okay, welcome to the Beautiful AI Podcast. It's great to have you here.
Thank you so much for having me, Wayne. I'm really excited to be here.
Yes, for those who may not familiar with you or the Spate yet, can you give us a quick overview, introduction of yourself, and what does the Spate do?
Yes, of course. Hi, everyone. My name is Addison Cain. I lead the insights and marketing at Spate. Spate is a market research platform powered by AI. We aggregate digital signals from all over the internet, and at this time, this includes the data sources of TikTok, Instagram, and Google Search. And we use those signals to uncover what's the next big consumer trend. We focus currently on the beauty and wellness verticals as well as pop culture with different data sets and verticals on the way.
Yes, that's great. So, I know Spate for years, and then I'm excited we finally have a chance to work with the Spate. What I think is very special about Spate is that you're not just tracking the data or provide the data. You help the brand to see what's going on and what's the solution. So you're pretty much using data as a narrative to tell the story and give the strategy. So that's exactly what is the collaboration with the Perfect Corp on this holiday trend report is so meaningful. Okay, so let's dive into this report. One of the most striking insights from the report, at least for myself, probably for our audience, is nearly 9 in 10 consumers already using AI for shopping. Okay, and then 80% of the UCAM user now use the AI for gift discovery. So Allison, question for me. From your perspective, what's driving the massive, like a 79% year-over-year surge in the consumer interest in AI?
Yeah, so when we look at the growth of artificial intelligence on the Spate platform, we see a couple of things happening here. We see that consumers on Google search are really kind of searching broadly for what artificial intelligence is, maybe how it can help them in their different routines, especially beauty routines. And I know that's something we talk about a little bit later on in the report. And then when we look at social media, so looking at TikTok or looking at Instagram, we see that there's a lot of growth driven by AI, hashtagged content or consumers kind of engaging with different facets of AI, whether that's certain ASMR AI videos, or again, those conversations where consumers are talking about how artificial intelligence kind of augments or supports their lifestyles. So really, we're definitely still in a kind of an early stage of consumer awareness and discovery, but the growth is really fast, as you mentioned, and we're seeing a lot of different facets pop up. So it's pretty cool to see, and we're excited to see where it will continue to go.
Yeah, so right now I see the consumer, especially for this ChatGPT 3 years into their life, the consumer no longer see AI as experimental. They start seeing as a trust partner, so helping them to shop smarter. That's great. And then also we see there's another interesting shift this year, what is the report called the smarter spending and the intentional shopping. Okay, so that's a very interesting term. So we see nearly 1/3 of the consumers say they are cutting back on decoration, tech, fashion, even beauty. But at the same time, the most discussed affordable beauty product, perfume, lip gloss, wigs, and lipstick. So Alison, from your perspective, Okay, what does this combination tell us about how consumers are thinking emotionally and financially right now?
Yeah, it's a great question. I think over the last, 5 years, I feel like since COVID, we've all been talking about this kind of continued uncertainty that consumers have within like the economy and whatnot. But what we've seen is that consumers continue to engage, especially with beauty. And I actually think Black Friday numbers were pretty great for beauty as well just this year. But with consumers searching and engaging with affordable products, they're definitely showing maybe a growing price sensitivity, but that doesn't mean that they want to stop engaging with or purchasing products. It's just that they're like, okay, how can I get what I want, but maybe at a little bit of a lower price? And then, of course, as you mentioned, we're seeing it in very specific categories come through, whether that's fragrance, which has been like the runaway beauty hit for a while now, or, in things like wigs that consumers use frequently as well.
Yeah, so I think even the lots of things happen and the budget get tightened, but people still spending, they invest in
Yeah.
identity, self-expression, small moment of joy, this type of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And also in this report, Spade discovered the skincare routine interest is up like, 395%. And the hair routine increases even amazing. It's like a 1000% year over year.
It's crazy.
Yeah. So it's crazy. So it's not just a trend, right? So I believe it's just not a single number and pop. There probably is something like a very deep behavior transformation happening.
So, what we're seeing with consumers, especially as it relates to like artificial intelligence, we've seen this also in some work we've done looking at ChatGPT searches, but consumers are looking to AI to help them personalize routines based on very specific, data that they might be providing the AI, whatever that is. And so consumers are saying, I want something tailored to me. And previously, that might have been a service you would pay for, or maybe a specific brand would offer you a quiz, like recommending different products that were just from their line. However, now with artificial intelligence, AI search, you can find tons of products recommended into a streamlined routine for you. And we see that consumers are really interested in this, especially across, as you mentioned, the hair and skincare spaces right now.
If you're interested in this conversation and want to learn more about AI solutions for your business, consider booking a demo with Perfect Corp at www.perfectcorp.com/business. Contact us today and see how our selection of AI and AR solutions can take your business to new heights. Now, back to the episode.
Yeah, so this is actually what we are seeing at the Perfect Corp for our AI skin analysis, the hair virtual try-on, and then also this personalized recommendations through API become very mission critical. So that's why the brand like to use it. Okay, and then we talk about another one. So we see 73% of the consumer, they plan to shop both online and in store. Okay, and then 70% of the preferred percentage of promotion and then personalized gift guide and the curated bundle are outperforming the traditional campaign. So what does this mean for the brand strategy heading into 2025?
When consumers are looking for personalization, a lot of times what we will also see is that they might pair this search for personalization with different concerns or different things that they're personalizing towards. So if you're a consumer and you have eczema, you might be looking for a personalized skincare routine that addresses, maybe it's a combination of acne and eczema and a number of different concerns. And this also could apply to hair as well. Maybe you're someone that has an oily scalp but dry strands, and you want brands to address that. I think for brands, what really matters going into, 2026 and beyond is understanding exactly what consumers are looking for. So what
Yes.
types of concerns are on the rise, and then also what types of, therapies consumers are looking for and how they can be combined. Also, brands should understand that with consumers, they expect multiple things from their routine. So it's really not just about addressing, again, like I said, you shouldn't just be addressing acne or just be addressing dry hair. You want to kind of do a multi-step approach for many different combination concerns. And AI can help with that, of
Yes,
course.
yes. So basically the brand see your customer not as a single point. You're holistic human. They have a skin concern, they have a beauty routine concern, they have a hair concern. So that's kind of the mindset the brand should follow. Okay, great.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So, and then let's talk about future because of data, right? Data can tell you what happened and then what will happen because you can use the data plus the AI to do some predictive future, right? So let's look at the year ahead. So like a 2026, 27. So what emerging shift in the beauty and then how do you see the trend in personalization, AI or digital discovery that's shaping the industry over next year?
Yeah, that's a great question. So, when we've done some initial research on AI search in particular, which is where we see a lot of change happening, especially as it relates to Google search, we see that 7% of consumer searches are happening on ChatGPT, but that still means that a big chunk of consumer search happens across Google. So, what we want to say is that this is still growing quite a bit, this AI search in particular, but also AI in general. So, I guess that's to say it's going to be for the next couple of years. It's like strategically monitoring those channels that have been our heritage and legacy channels and continuing to adapt for those. However, really also growing your focus on AI and looking ahead to, the shifts happening there. So really monitoring consumer behavior again across those channels.
Yes. And then I guess so we will have a more subtle definition about personalization. It's not just a recommendation. It's more like a predictive, proactive, and deeply understand it's a human being. So I guess that's getting very exciting. Yeah. So before we wrap up, is anything you want to add based on this report or based on the Spate, the observation from your data you want to share with our audience in the general trend in the beauty?
I do want to add just in general, I think looking at consumer routine is going to continue to be important, especially as brands look to incorporate more AI. And, of course, with Perfect Corp, you all do such a good job of supporting brands in that. And so pairing that with understanding what consumers want from their routines is just a great way to meet consumers where they're at in the next year. And again, looking beyond that as well.
Yes. So this has been an incredible conversation and also, of course, the incredible report. So thank you, your team and the Space to helping us, Perfect Corp and also our audience to unpack the force of shaping the future of beauty and retailers. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Yes. And then for everyone listening, it's the full 2025 holiday trend report is available to download through Perfect Corp website. And then we will provide the link and the QR code here. Again, thank you, Addison, and we're looking for more partnership together.
Yes, same here. Same here. Thank you.
Yes. And then, as always, if you enjoy this episode, the intelligent conversation between the leadership, of course, please subscribe to the Beautiful AI podcast and share it with your network and join us as we continue to explore how AI technology creating a more beautiful world. I'm your host, Wayne Liu, and thank you for listening. We'll see you in the next episode. Thank you so much. Bye.
We hope you enjoyed listening to the Beautiful AI podcast. To continue exploring the world of beautiful AI and technology innovation, subscribe to the podcast on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, and be sure to join us for our next episode.